If you didn't get one of the Severina Rhaine models, well, Imperial Soldier Female Brave Commissar might just be for you.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Baer from SpikyBits.com. And today we are checking out a new/old release from Wargame Exclusive. They sent over a bunch of miniatures for us to share and promote for them. And I love doing it because their miniatures are so dope. But they sent over, like I said, kind of an old miniature, but it's a female commissar. A lot of those making the headlines these days. So I thought it'd be fun to put this one together, take a look, see how it compares to a very famous Finecast female commissar from Games Workshop, and let y'all make the choice which one is better detail and price point for you. So over at wargameexclusive.com, also making headlines are all the new assassins right now. So if you're worried that you can't get your hands on any assassins, well, they got those too. There's a whole bunch of different ones in here as you saw them scrolling past. We didn't review any of these, I don't think, but they have all the varieties you might need. Going down to Imperial Soldiers right here, you can see they have a ton of different ones. We've reviewed a few of these, but nothing so far really compares to this miniature right here, which at 14.99 euros seems to be priced pretty well compared to 35. You can see all the different poses here. Now she's definitely a not Yarrick kind of type deal, and we can take a look at some of the let's see here, let's zoom it in and see what it does. So there you've got staring down the barrel of the bolter, the back of the miniature here looks pretty good. Got the power feeds going in there. Let's do front of miniature here and then take a closer look. There she is right there with the claw coming down the front. Now, a lot of people were kind of taken aback with the armor of the Severina Rhaine model. They didn't like the straight front plate. They wanted something different. Maybe this is what you're looking for in the front of your female commissar miniature. I don't know. I think it's mostly tastefully done. I mean, compared to the miniature that Games Workshop put out in the 90s, it's very similar. Got a bionic leg as well, doing the Captain Morgan, or I guess you're still a captain regardless of whether you're male or female, right? And there's a better look at it right there, standing atop some sort of wrecked tank and or vehicle. I think there's a couple different options right there too. So there she is. Now, even with adding to the cart, you are looking at, I think it's only an extra. I put two in here. I put two in here. So even with two, it's only about 5 euros shipping right there. So two of them is going to cost you roughly, here, let's update our cart and find out what that's going to cost us. About 19.99 in euros. Obviously, you know what country you're in. You know what that converts to. There's no tricksy arbitrage or anything like that. There'll probably be a little bit of bank fees and conversion fees, but nothing more than what you wouldn't normally expect buying something on the internet. Now, the business side of things out of the way, you know where to buy it from, you know what it will cost you. Let's take a look at this. So, ripping open the packaging here, it's going to come with a bunch of different parts. So, it looks like about a 25mm base. You've got two different weapon options. I thought I saw a pistol and a storm bolter. So, there's all that. You've got the power claw, looks like some power. Power feed, a plasma pistol option too, I didn't catch that, and the robot leg right there. Wow, she is probably lady size for sure, definitely smaller than Severina Rhaine, which, as we showed you, is about Primaris-ish sized in our review of that a few weeks ago. So size wise, well, she tiny. About 3.5 inches long for all of the parts combined, but when you look at the actual figure itself, about 1.5 inches tall. Once you put it on the base, it'll be a little bit bigger. So she is definitely small, but the details are exquisite for sure. I mean, let's take a look here. So even the little, wow, look at the little tassels and everything, the little leather strapping on the boot leg, and all of the shoulder. What the heck is that then? I don't know what that goes to. Oh, I guess that's part of the claw on the arm. Oh, she's got two different options, so she can have a power fist. That's really cool. And then does this socket in here? Oh, wow, that's neat. Okay, so you can have two different things. You can have the power claw, Oh, that's neat. I didn't see that at all. Surprise. We're gonna have to play around with that some, see how this all goes together. I'm not exactly sure. I'm just figuring this out, but all the belt, all the cape and everything like that, this is extremely well cast. I mean, not a lick of flash on it that I could see. I mean, you have to do a little bit of trimming. I'm not really sure, but man, this is a really good cast. And you've got even the little base here that's very well detailed. Very, very cool stuff here. I'm not sure where she steps. I would assume she steps right there. Yeah, alright. Well, we're going to play around with that some, but these are a lot of small parts, so I got to choose wisely, figure out where all this stuff goes, and we'll come right back and look at the finished product. So now the important question is, how does she stack up? And let me tell you what, she's small, like, I won't lie, but here she is. I went with her traditional kind of, I guess most commissars have bolt pistols, don't they? I'm not really storm bolters, but I think she looks good here. Everything fits together amazingly, very snug. Tolerances are awesome. The little wires and everything just kind of goes together. Super easy. Very, very cool stuff. It looks like there's a little bit of mold. Or no, those aren't air bubbles. Those are actually part of the belt. So literally detail so well. I thought they were defects. It's pretty crazy, little holes in the belt right there. But she looks great, and obviously she's concentrating, got her bail eye, shooting down the barrel of the gun right there. Here's how she stacks up to a deathcoreman right there. So scaling's, about right. It's a lady. Ladies are smaller than dudes, so she is smaller in stature than this deathcoreman. But deathcore models are a little bit smaller than the plastic guardsman. And then once we compare her, of course, to the GW Finecast Severina Rhaine, well, it's pretty much no contest which one is more detailed. I mean, comparing Resin to Finecast next to each other is just night and day, I feel like. And the fact that this is literally $15 cheaper than, roughly $15 cheaper than the Severina Rhaine. Obviously, the design characteristics are a little bit different, as you can tell there by the front, although Games Workshop had a very similar design to this one back in the 1990s. The sizing obviously is way different because this is a 32mm base. She's on a 25. So, I mean, it just kind of depends on what you're into in the design of a female figure. If, the traditional kind of larger scaling on the left for the Games Workshop ones for you, well, obviously you know where to get it. And the Wargames exclusive one from Grimskull Designs is much more detailed, but a little bit smaller and obviously cheaper. Now, I showed you how she is about the same size as a Primaris. Obviously, when they stand up and things, the scaling is going to be a little off. She's standing on a rock, etc., etc. But I feel like the scaling is a little bit more appropriate here between these two for sure. Because if she was on the ground, something like that maybe. So either way, I think they knocked it out of the park with this miniature. It's not a new release, but it is a little, relevant to releases and things going on out there today. So make sure you check out Wargames Exclusive over at wargameexclusive.com. They're on Facebook. Like them. Go hit them up. They got lots of cool other designs out there. Some of them with many varieties and variants as well. So that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.